चालू केलंय.
So, dear friends, we are meeting again. We have lived our discussion yesterday after learning the Calcarea fuel. A short revision for all of you. So, we'll recollect what we have learned from the theory part and what we have to learn today. So, before starting new session, just a short recollecting the things what we have learned up till now. So in last lecture, we have learned somewhat regarding the theory of biochemic system of medicine or 12 tissue remedy. So 12 tissue salts maintains the harmony at cellular and tissue levels. If they are in proper quantity, chemico-physiological equilibrium is maintained. If there is a deficiency of any salt or salts, it reflects in the disturbance of molecular motion of them in the cell. Which disturbs the equilibrium and expresses in the form of a disease. If you fulfill the deficiency by providing required salt in the minimum quantity, that is the semi-dynamic doses, the equilibrium is maintained again. And thereafter, we have learned regarding the Calcarea fluid in detail. So this is what regarding the theory of it we have discussed in yesterday's lecture. Today we're going to learn next few more things regarding the theory. But before that, just a short review about the Calcarea fluid, which we have learned in last lecture. Just understanding the general biochemical action of it, we can learn a lot. So diseases having their seat in the substance forming the surface of the bone, that is very clear with the Calcarea fluid, enamel of the teeth, and parts of the all elastic fibers, whether of the skin, the connective tissue, or the walls of the blood vessel. So this is very clear-cut action where the Calcarea fluid used to remain over there, maintains the molecular motion over there, and maintains the harmony. If the deficiency at this level occurs, generally it reflects the symptoms over there. Thus, all elements which can be traced to the relaxed condition of any of elastic fibers, including the dilatation of the blood vessels, arterial or venous blood tumors and piles, varicose and enlarged veins, indurated glands, of stony hardness, malnutrition of bones, especially of the teeth, exostosis, that is osteophytes formation after the injuries, the pendulous abdomen or which is also called as a hanging belly, the uterine displacement because of the relaxation of the muscles and induration. So this is in short is the Calcarea fluid from the biochemic point of view, from the Schussler's point of view. If these features are there, you can provide directly a Calcarea fluid in 6x potency and even in repeated doses. So this was just a revision since yesterday we were discussing the biochemic system of medicine, and these are the common patients which comes in our OPD. So today only there was one follow-up of the case where I have treated that case having nodular tumor in the breast, or it is in the specifically of the nipples, and it was completely recovered with the homeopathic treatment along with the Ponime, Calcarea fluid, and Calcarea phos. These are the remedies which I have used, and it completely resolved within span of 6 months. So this is very important remedy wherever you will find the indurations, the hardness, or tumors where the elasticity is lost, vascular tumors, you must think about the Calcarea fluid. So this remedy is very useful remedy in day-to-day homeopathic practice, even in chronic disorders. So pathological disorders in avian, avascular necrosis of the hip joint, avascular necrosis anywhere, osteonecrosis of the joints, or osteomyelitis, or in osteoarthritis, cervical spondylosis, lumbar spondylosis. Don't forget the Calcarea fluid. in your practice. So this is what we have learned. Let us go ahead with the one more point in the theory of this remedy. So yesterday we have learned some aspects of it. Today we'll go ahead with the how the formation of tissue cells happens. This is a little bit theory, 4 5 slides. But if you understand this, then you will understand remedy in a better manner. And that's why this theory which he has mentioned, we are going step by step. Today we are going to discuss this. Tomorrow we are going to discuss concept of health and disease. So we are not discussing only theory. Along with one remedy, we are discussing the theory. So formation of a tissue cells. See, very simple manner. This is the physiology which happens over there, and how these salts takes part in this formation of new cells. The oxygen of the air, upon reaching the tissues through the blood by means of the respiration, acts upon organic substances which are to enter in the formation of new cells. So what he says, wherever new cells are formation is there, these organic substances which enters with the help of oxygen. So by means of through the which reaches to the site with the help of respiration with the blood and these organic substances which are entered into the formation of new cells. So these are very important ingredient in the formation of new cells. These are 12 tissue salts. These are representing the formation of a cell, and that's why it depends where the cell is going to form. That type of tissue salt will going to work over there. The products of this transformation are the organic materials which form the physical basis of muscle, nerve, connective tissue, and mucous substances. So, which type of cell has to be developed, whether it is muscle, whether it is a nerve, whether it is a connective tissue, whether it is a mucous surface, it depends upon that specific salt. So ultimately, they takes part in the in those formation of new cells in this manner. None of these substances are present in such in the blood, but are formed within the tissues from the albumin. So these are not present directly in the blood; they are formed within the tissues from the albumin. Yesterday also we have discussed this albumin word. Albumin is nothing but the protein. So our body is made up of a protein. So protein itself is responsible for the growth. And these organic substances are formed as a result of this protein. With them, the inorganic salts form combinations by virtue of chemical affinities, and thus new cells are formed. So these inorganic salts with the chemical affinities, and thus new cells are formed. So this is a combination, permutation, combination, and different cells, different types of cells, depending upon the function they develop. We have learned in the organon that there is a law of a biological development. That biological law of biological development, function creates the organs. That is the law. Means what? The functions are first defined, and ultimately the organ is developed. So there was a single primitive cell, and it starts dividing. And when it starts dividing, every cell carries its own function. It is predefined, and accordingly it changes into a specific type. And that's why it makes so much of change in itself. It ultimately reflects in its specific function. So this is very important thing. With them, the inorganic salts forms combination by virtue of chemical affinities, and thus new cells are formed. With the formation of new cells, there occurs at the same time a destruction of old ones. ज्या वेळेला नवीन सेल्स फॉर्म होतात त्याच वेळेला ओल्ड वनचं काय होतं, डिस्ट्रक्शन होतं, resulting from the action of oxygen on the organic substances, forming the basis of this soil. So this is called as an oxidation which happens over there. So this oxidation has as a consequence a breaking down of the cells themselves. So two processes are there which happens in our body and which are continuous. There is a first process, there happens to be a generation, regeneration, and at the same time degeneration, a formation, a destruction, and this goes on continuously in our body. And both processes, these tissue salts plays a very vital role. These are the organic substances plays a very vital role in the formation of cells as well as destruction. And after addition, to carry them away, this plays a very vital role. Now we'll lead towards the next cell, next slide. The ultimate result of this conversion of the organic substances are the formation of urea, uric acid, sulfuric, phosphoric, lactic, and carbonic acids, and also water. So combustion म्हणजे काय तर ज्वलन. कशाचं ज्वलन? Organic substances. So whatever the organic substances are there, which are when combust or when they are utilized for the formation of energy, formation of a new cell, whatever the destructive products remains over there, they are in fact the excretory products, to which we label by the name of excretory products. They are urea, they are uric acid, the sulfuric acid, the phosphoric acid, the lactic acid, and the carbonic acid, along with the water. Some intermediate members of the series, as for instance, hypoxanthine, acetic and butyric acid, etc., and need not be mentioned with this therapeutic method, because so far as our present knowledge of them extend, they play a very subordinate role. So these are remedies which are added in our homeopathic mathematical later on. Acetic acid and butyric acid are there, but they are also the excretory products which happens to be there. But till that period, that is at the period of Schussler in 1890 or 1880 to 1898, these remedies were not there included in our therapeutics. So he said that they, in the present knowledge, they what the role they play, no one knows. Urea, uric acid, and sulfuric acid are the result of oxidation of albuminous substances. म्हणजेच काय प्रोटीन्स डिग्रेडेशन होतं, ऑक्सिडेशन होतं, आणि त्याच्यापासून तयार काय होतं. So it reflects in urea, uric acid, and sulfuric acid. While phosphoric acid is produced by the oxidation of lecithin content in the nervous tissue, the brain tissue, the spinal cord, and the blood corpuscle. So lecithin gets oxidized and phosphoric acid is come out. So phosphorus is basically present in the nervous tissue, brain tissue, spinal cord, and blood corpuscle. So that's why every phos element plays a very vital role specifically in this area. This is what one has to understand exactly. So when to think of a phos, what is the problem with the patient? If you are able to understand that specific site where it used to work, then you will find that how to apply these remedies accordingly. The lactic acid results from fermentation of the milk and sugar, and finally breaks down into a carbonic acid and water. So lactic acid, which is derived later on converted to the carbonic acid, but it is ultimately the fermentation of the milk and sugar. So these are the all excretory products. So what should happen regarding these excretory products? This should be taken away. If they are not taken away, what will be the reason? So this is what one has to understand. This is too important to understand. The final products of oxidation of the organic substances are urea, the carbonic acid, and water. These together with salts set free, leave the tissues, and thereby give place to less fully oxidized organic body, which in turn finally undergo the same metamorphosis. So this is how it should be taken away from that area and it should be thrown. So if blood urea is there, it should be thrown, or this urea is thrown through the kidneys. It should be reflected at that specific level. This is how it happens in day-to-day life. But if it has been not taken away, what will happen? This ultimately reflects in the disorder. And why it happens? It happens because of specific functions of every part. Yesterday we have learned that there might be a problem at the level of a blood vessel which gets dilated because of less calcarea fluid, calcium fluoride over there, and that's why molecular action of calcarea fluid is hampered. and blood gets dilated. That's why it cannot absorb all those substances. And as it cannot absorb, it remains over there, producing an induration. So this is one must think in that way. So where exactly the action of that specific remedy related with this physiology or pathophysiology. Okay, these products of this retrograde tissue change are conveyed through the lymphatics, the connective tissues, and the veins to the gallbladder, the lungs, the kidneys, bladder, and the skin, and are thereby removed from the organism with excretions and such as the urine, perspiration, and feces. So this cycle should run. If it happens, then and then person remains healthy. If it has been not carried in a proper manner, it remains over there, ultimately reflects in the disease. And reason behind that, it depends upon situation, what is at the fault, whether there is excessive formation, whether it is not carried from the blood vessel, or whether it is directly of organ, excretory organ is at a fault. That you have to think, you have to understand. If you are able to understand where exactly the fault is, accordingly that specific salt you can use and you can treat the disease. So for that purpose, Schussler has given this total pathophysiology of understanding the concept of how the tissue gets built and how destructed tissues are taken away. Then we'll go ahead little bit forward, just a minute. The importance and dignity of the function of the connective tissue was established after research of Virchow and von Recklinghausen led to a closer study and demonstrated its fertile activity. That which formerly seemed only intended as filling in or protective covering appears now as a matrix in which minute capillaries carry the plasma from the blood to the tissues and return the same to the blood vessel. At the same time, it serves as one of the most important breeding places of the young cells, which are capable of developing out of the embryonic latent forms of the most differentiated structure of the body. Earlier, it was considered that these tissues are of only having the supporting major, but later on it was found that these are not only the supporting tissues, but through which small capillaries, minute capillaries, which runs and which brings out plasma over there, the blood over there, and returns the deoxygenated blood from that area. In those minute capillaries also, there is a production of the cells happens. And that also reflects as a production or a newly development of the cell structure. See, he is giving every detail. He is explaining you every detail, where cells forms, how the cells forms, what are the reasons. Everything he is explaining over there. Now we have learned this tissue formation only. That is the only part today I have discussed. Because if you go only with the theory, you will get bored, and I don't want to make you bored. Because these things one should read again and again. Read it again and keep it in your brain. If you understand them, you can utilize these remedies directly. You don't have to use anything else. So this is the only theory which today we're going to discuss. So formation of a tissue cells, how they are formed with the help of these tissue salt. That if you understand, then you can think about the remedy. So this is this part we have discussed. Tomorrow we're going to discuss health and disease concept from that. So this is too important to understand regarding the causes of the diseases. And now we'll turn to understand new remedy from Schussler's point of view, a Calcarea fos. So Calcarea fos we know from homeopathic point of view, but we must understand this from the Schussler's point of view. Formula is Ca3PO42. Dr. Herring prepared this by dropping dilute phosphoric acid into the lime water as long as white precipitate was formed. This was washed with distilled water and dried on a water bath. insoluble in water and alcohol, and soluble in dilute nitric acid and other acids, and to a certain extent in carbonic acid water. So this is too important to understand how this calcarea phos is prepared. That is more important. Preparation: the phosphate of the lime is prepared by trituration as directed in our pharmacopoeias. So exactly the way it has been, how it has been prepared is also explained over there. Okay. Now we'll directly enter into the next two important parts, which already we have discussed regarding the calcarea fluor. In the similar manner, we have to understand chemico-physiological or biologico-chemical data that is more important in order to understand the calcarea falls. So we'll physiologico-chemical data. This is one part, and another general biochemical action. Both things are necessary to understand. Calcarea phos is absolutely essential to the proper growth and nutrition of the body. Everyone knows that. Calcarea phos, that's why, is a very important remedy whenever there is a height is very less or when growth is hampered. One must think of a calcarea phos, give it in biochemical doses, and for a number of days you can give. Number of patients comes in your OPD. डॉक्टरची हाईटच वाढत नाही. He looks dwarf, he looks short. Think of this remedy. This is very good tonic, in fact, homeopathic tonic or biochemical tonic which you can use as. So calcarea phos 6X in growing children plays a very vital role in the development or body structure. This salt is found in the blood plasma and corpuscle. See where it is found. Calcarea phos is found in blood plasma. म्हणजे ब्लडच्या प्लाझ्मा मध्ये पण आहे आणि कॉर्प्युस्कल्स मध्ये पण आहे. म्हणजे ब्लड सेल्स मध्ये पण आहे, दोन्हीकडे पण आहे. सलायवा मध्ये आहे, गॅस्ट्रिक ज्यूस मध्ये आहे. थिंक अबाउट इट. ऑल दीज प्लेसेस वेअर यू विल फाइंड इट आउट दिस रेमेडी शुड बी यूज. गॅस्ट्रिक ज्यूस मध्ये आहे, बोन्स मध्ये आहे. इट इज ऑल्सो देअर इन बोन्स. कनेक्टिव्ह टिश्यू, इट इज प्रेझेंट इन कनेक्टिव्ह टिश्यू. टीथ, दातांमध्ये. मिल्क मध्ये आहे. See, these are the areas where the calcarea phos is present. Yesterday we have learned where the calcarea fluor was present. So calcarea fluor has its very specific area, whereas calcarea phos plays a very big area. Calcarea phos covers. It gives solidity to the bones. What it gives? It gives strength to your bones. Calcarea phos has a special chemical affinity for albumin, which forms the organic basis for the salt in the tissue cells and is required wherever albumin and albuminous substances are found in the secretion. So wherever this albumin found, it has a very specific affinity, and that's why it plays very vital role in the formation, in the growth formation or developmental formation or a birth generation of the new cells. This calcarea phos plays a very vital role. It also supplies new blood cells, becoming the first remedy in anemia and chlorosis. Understand this. This is very important. This is the first remedy in anemia and chlorosis. Generally, what happens? We think of a ferrum phos only. No, ferrum is one of the element which takes part in the process of generation of a hemoglobin molecule. But there are three important salts which are necessary for the formation of a hemoglobin molecule. One of them is calcarea phos, another is a ferrum phos, and third is the natrium. And that's why if you open the biocombination work which is given for anemia, it contains all these three salts. So this is one important thing one must understand. So in anemia cases, give biocombination number one regularly for 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. This is good salt. Biocombination one is good solution for the anemic patients. Okay, it is of the greatest importance to the soft and growing tissue. See, it is of greatest importance to the soft and growing tissue. Promoting cell growth, supplying the first basis for new tissues, and hence it is necessary to initiate growth. So this is the first important thing which is necessary: the growth, the regeneration, the dividation, the formation, evolution. The Calcarea fast is the most important remedy. So Calcarea fluor is a degenerative remedy, whereas the Calcarea fast is a regenerative remedy. And that's why these two plays a very vital role. Where in certain disorders, where you will have this degeneration and you require regeneration. So in such cases where there is a degeneration, osteoarthritis, the spondylosis, cervical or lumbar, or wherever there is a degeneration inside the body at the bony level, Calcarea fluor should be given along with the Calcarea fast. So two different medicines if you want to give. Instead of that, you can give a biocombination 26, which contains both the salts, along with McFast and along with Califos. So that's why I used to think of a biocombination 26, which combines both the elements which are necessary. So in such types of disorders, it plays a very vital role. It is the nutritive salt for the periosteum. But this is very important. It is nutritive salt for the periosteum and through it for the bone. So both remedies. Calcarea fluor is also acting on periosteum. This is also a remedy which acts on the periosteum. One is destructive, here it is constructive. Important for the life of the blood. Without it, there is no coagulation. See, this is one of the important ingredients in the blood coagulation. So, blood in the blood elements, whether it is anemia, whether it is difficulty in coagulation, this Calcarea clause plays a very important role. This is physiological-chemical data of a Calcarea. N number of elements. Now you can think that in your practice, how many times you get so all those disorders. You get it number of times in your practice. Number of times all those disorders. And you can use this remedy without having any dis, direct effect, without having any problem, without having any side effect. So safely it can be used in your practice. Okay, we'll go ahead. And this is big part which is given in the Calcarea fast. Calcarea fast is a curative in diseases depending upon the disturbed action of Lyme molecules in the body, such as occurs in the tardy formation of a callus around the end of fractured bones, in the unnatural growth and defective nutrition of the bone, and other textures found in the rickets and similar diseased conditions. So this is too important to understand. Calcarea fast being a part of a bone formation, in a fractured cases after an injury, along with arnica, always think of giving a Calcarea fast to the patient. It plays very vital role in the regeneration. I will share one case. I think there are 5 minutes remaining, 6 minutes remaining. After completing, we'll join again. So we have to finish Calcarea first today. I'll share one case. This was the case of a avian case. It's way back 2008. I have started with this case, and patient recovered very nicely with lachesis and biocombination number 26. And he was absolutely normal 3-4 years back. And one of the day he had an accident, and he got a femur fracture at the lower end, and he was taken to. He was from Srirampur, first admitted in Srirampur, then he was shifted to the Ruby Hall, and there again he operated for that. Before that, during these 4-5 days, he had a massive heart attack again, and that he recovered from that. And then after that, he had operated for this fractured lower end of femur. and they have given a lot of calcium and everything for nearly about 6 months. And he was nearly about 6 months he was on bed, and gradually every time they used to go to for follow-ups and they used to take x-rays and there was non-union of fracture. So they asked him that he should be reoperated with and they have to again do bone grafting over there. And then he called me, sir, this has happened, and I forget to tell you regarding all those things because I was so busy with all those things. And then he came to me, asked him to come to me, and then I examined him. He was again on crutches, came to me. There was no problem of avian, but this problem was there, and he was not able to bear a weight, and he was walking on crutches. So I looked toward the patient, examined him, and after examining, I have given him biocombination 26 again because it contains both Calcarea fast and Calcarea pure along with arnica, along with Simpad. And I have started him on them, continual repeated doses. Within span of 1 month, when he came, next time he came on stick, leaving the crutches out, he was able to bear the weight, and in next month he left the again the stick also. See the capacity with which it works. So this remedy should not be, you should not forget in the fractured bones. Think of calcareous and give it blindly, like arnica as you give it. So this is very important. It is important to join or formation of a callus over there. It takes part in the callus formation. Thus, the sphere of action of this remedy includes all bone diseases depending on disease quality of the blood of dyscratic tent, involving also the dermoid tissue with the osseous. So all types of bone diseases. So osteomalacia, osteoporosis, osteomyelitis, Calcarea plus plays very vital role. Calcarea first is the remedy as phosphorus is attached with the calcarea. It is a tubercular remedy. So even though the sinuses of the which happens to be there after osteomyelitis, this remedy plays very vital role. So dermoid tissues with osseous, when from any cause an insufficient amount of phosphate of lime is assimilated for the uses of animal economy, the vegetative system suffers primarily, causing defective nutrition, imperfect cell growth, and consequent decay and destruction of the tissues, especially osseous and glandular systems. Vinod will conclude the meeting and rejoin again so that I can discuss, elaborate
Yes,
on
sir.
this topic. So, request for all the candidates to rejoin again so that we can discuss this in a detail.